Hi, my name is Mr. Taz, and I'm here for Pinball News and Views. Several topics today. First topic is Stern expanding a factory in Chicago, and then the used pinball market increasing prices over the past 5 years. When is a good time for you to purchase a machine? Also, I'll be going over the top 5 holiday tips. But just 5 for purchasing a pinball machine this holiday season. Cut to the credits. Welcome back to the show. My name is Mr. Taz. Every Monday I'll be producing a video on pinball news and views. And every Friday we'll be flip-flopping and beat-bopping all over the place with a live streaming of a 1-hour tournament. That's right, only here at TAZPinball. We're streaming on different platforms. Let's just get right into it. Story number 1. Stern, pinball manufacturer, the biggest pinball manufacturer, is expanding its manufacturing facilities, going from 110,000 square feet to over 160,000 square feet. But don't worry, they're not moving far away. They're only moving a few blocks. That's right, they really love the town that they're in Chicago. Of course, it could be the $2 million in tax incentives that they received from the town over 6 years. Basically, Stern estimates it's going to cost them $6.5 million. Obviously, the whole reason they're doing it is to increase their manufacturing. Look, over the past few years, Stern has instantly sold out their machines in seconds. Story number 2. The used pinball market continues to see 20% annual increases about year after year. Now that's just not this year. It's not just because of inflation. Every year over the past 4, maybe 5 years, if you go back and look at the numbers, there have been increases in price. I think actually 5 years ago there was over 40% increases in used pinball machine prices. Now that's an incredible increase, and that means that obviously used pinball machines are getting more and more expensive. But my advice, if you're in the market for a new pinball machine and you can wait till after Christmas, do it. I'm definitely expecting to see a large drop in pinball prices come January and February. Now, a lot of people expected during the pandemic prices to come tumbling down, and the exact opposite happened. And that's because a lot of people got checks in the mail from the government. There was a lot of people staying at home and prices soared. However, now with inflation and, most importantly, manufacturers are not selling out instantly. You have inventory levels building up at some manufacturers. So that's my advice. What I'm going to focus now on is the top 5 tips for buying pinball machines during the holiday season. But before I go into that, just a quick reminder to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date in all the latest pinball news. Please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us get more pinball news out there to amateurs. Remember, the focus of the channel is to help amateurs, your casual pinball player, enjoy the sport of pinball. That's right, you're not running around like in soccer, but it is a sport nonetheless. Tip number 1, find a friend or a business that specializes in pinball machines. A lot can go wrong with a pinball machine over time. There's software. You want to make sure you want to purchase it from someone that you know is familiar with pinball machines. Tip number 2, clash on the glass. What does that mean? That means don't purchase the pinball machine unless you are physically in front of it, and don't give them a check. And certainly if you're selling a machine, don't accept any checks. I don't care if it's a cashier check, just don't do it. There are many scams, ongoing scams currently. You can look in Pinside, you can look at many different places where they're using checks. You always want to go to the machine, you want to have cash placed on the glass. That's if you're selling or buying. Also, you want to make sure you play that machine. If you're buying that machine, play it for at least 5 minutes. Maybe the machine is in perfect working condition, maybe it's not. Make sure it's advertised as it looks. Don't just assume because the cabinet looks good or there's a few scratches on it that's all. A pinball machine is very complex. Tip number 3, make sure you have room for the machine where you're going to store it. And I'm not talking about storing it outside. Do not store your pinball machine outside. You want to store your pinball machine in your house. The reason why is because pinball machines can be very finicky, especially the latest machines with all the electronics. They still have mechanical parts. Underneath the playfield area is a whole field of electronics, and on the older machines, there are many moving parts. Make sure you have room for the machine inside, and make sure you're aware of the noise that it will generate. The newer machines, you can turn that volume down. Tip number 4, don't purchase a machine based on price alone. You want to make sure the machine is fun for you to play. There are many good sites such as pinside.com, I'll leave the link below, who list the top 100 machines based on many reviews from many different owners and players. Obviously the machines that are towards the top 100, they're going to cost a little bit more, but you never know. You may find someone who has a machine that's not in great shape, or they just don't have room for it, or many times people want to get rid of a machine and trade it for something else. Also, you want to make sure you play the machines that you're looking at. Pinballmap.com, another great site, helps you locate the machines that you want to play. For example, let's say you want to purchase Tron, go on to pinballmap.com, type in Tron, and it'll tell you throughout the whole world, actually, where that machine is located. And it'll also tell you what other machines are located at that venue. A great site. And the last tip, tip number 5, avoid home versions of machines. Stern is notorious for putting out home versions of Star Wars and Jurassic Park. These machines are stripped down. Most of the playfield does not exist in the home version. However, the price is only slightly reduced. Plus, the value of these home versions quickly deteriorates, and you can be assured that the fun value is not there in a stripped down machine. And that's the end of our show. I'm looking forward to doing a lot of fun things, a lot of cool things in the coming weeks. In the meantime, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you on Friday. Every Friday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll do a live 1-hour stream of a pinball tournament. And next week, I'll be going over the differences of what's a pinball professional and what's a pinball amateur. Thanks for tuning in.